Hey, what's going on, guys? Another episode here of Bodybuilding Coach, where we discuss training, supplements, and nutrition. But this week, I want to cover something specific, and that's how to lay out your split properly during the week for training and cardio work. So the first thing I like to do is map out a whole month at a time. I take 30 days, 1 month, 31 days, whatever you want to call it. And I look at it strategically, and I place all the events that I have on the calendar first that are most important. So maybe if I have a wedding or a party or anniversary to go to or whatever the case is. So I map them out first on my map. Then second, map out any days that maybe work might come in the way of my training. So if maybe I have an event to go to for work here or at nighttime and during the day, I can't train, it's going to be too hassle, mark those down. So now I got all the important dates out of the way. Then what I like to do is I like to build my workout around that. So now I know that strategically those days I'm not going to be able to plan that very well. And I'm not going to be able to eat that much. I'm not going to be able to train that well. So I just stay away from those days. Next, I'll plan out my weakest body parts and my primary focus in the beginning of the week. And the body parts I want to double up on. So every month or whatever it is, or if I take off a month, I usually take one body part every month that I need to work on. I double down on it. So usually I'll do it 2 times a week, 3 times a week, 4 times a week, whatever I'm trying to do with that body part, and hit it from different angles, different timing, different tension, different angles, different training aspects. Like, if I'm doing free weights against machines, or if I'm going to do bands or free motion, like there's so many different ways to break that down, but we're going to talk about just setting up a routine right now. So the first thing is I pick out my weak body parts. Let's say I have 2 weak body parts right now I'm working on. And it's my chest and biceps, okay? So I'm always going to put the chest in the beginning of the week because my chest is my primary focus. I want my start my week every week with chest because chest is my weakest body part. I want my 100% focus to go into it, all my energy to put in that chest workout. I don't want to be at the end of the workout, the middle of the week, nothing, because I want all my energy expended into that workout. So I do my chest workout, let's say on that Monday, and I have another chest workout maybe Thursday or Friday that week. And then biceps, let's say bicep workouts maybe with my chest day or the next day, my back workout. I'll make sure I get biceps in again during the end of the week during the split, and I'll combine it with maybe a shoulder workout or another arm workout or a chest workout. Biceps can be very, very universal. They can be thrown in basically anything except for lower body. So that's why I picked biceps for you to explain this to. And then chest, either I could double down with chest on a shoulder day or a back day, or have another chest day by itself. Sometimes I don't train every body part every single month either. So let's say if this month, if it's February, just for give an example, I might not be training my delts this month because I doubled down on them the month before. I'm going to give them a whole month to recover. Or let's say I didn't train double down on my delts this month, the month prior. I just want to give my delts a rest because my delts are very developed or overdeveloped, and my chest needs to catch up, and my back needs to catch up, my arms need to catch up. So this is how you can strategically place body parts around and so that things catch up. The whole goal with bodybuilding is have a perfectly symmetrical body. You don't want to have any muscle imbalances. You don't want to have one side greater than the other. You don't want to have a lower body greater than the upper body or vice versa. You're always just trying to have a perfect balance between the two. It's a very hard thing to achieve. That's what the whole goal with this whole bodybuilding aspect is. It's against yourself. Every show should be against you. Every gym session should be against you. You should be thinking about how you're going to improve your body to be perfectly balanced and symmetrical. If you can achieve that throughout the whole process, then you've done many things that no one usually does. Because to have a perfect body, who has a perfect body, right? I don't think Arnold even had a perfect body. Ronnie Coleman, Phil Heath, nobody does. Always someone has something off. They're not asymmetrical. So my goal in the gym was always just to become a perfect body from head to toe. Perfect calves, forearms, every muscle trained every week. And then obviously I give myself time for body parts to catch up. So my problem getting into bodybuilding was my lower body because I was a runner. I did the decathlon when I was in school in sports, so my legs were overdeveloped. My upper body was way behind. So when I got into bodybuilding, I was training everything very equal. I would go into your normal routine. Monday chest, Tuesday back, Wednesday shoulders, and then whatever, arms, and then legs, and start all over again. And I just realized I wasn't getting anywhere doing this. Like this was basically wasting my time in the gym. And then I realized that my upper body is just not catching up to my lower body because my lower body was so far ahead already. And I'm training my lower body just as hard as my upper body and as much, as frequent. So how is my upper body ever going to catch up? So this basic thought process, I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to stop training my legs for a little while. Or maybe just lay back on the volume and just make sure there's blood in them every week, but pull back a little bit. Don't train them as intense. So that's what I did, and eventually my upper body went very far ahead, and then I had to balance it back the other way. Now my legs were behind, and my upper body was far ahead. It's always going to be a little bit of a rat race, especially in the beginning of your career, where you have very young muscle, immature muscle, and it's very hard to obviously have balance when some things are just going to be have more muscle fibers than others, and things respond better. You have a better muscle-mind connection to certain body parts. So it's very hard in the beginning to keep everything balanced. But the end goal towards the end of your career, or whatever you want to call it, is to always have just a perfectly symmetrical body. It looks really bad when people have very top-heavy bodies or very dominant low bodies or no arms and great chest and back. Like I like a person to be perfectly balanced all the way around. That's the epitome of a bodybuilder to me. Someone that can achieve that greatness, even with not the best genetics, or maybe even with the best genetics, it's still very, 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 very hard to obtain. So back to going to your split. If you want to train like maybe your arms 3-4 times a week, you probably could if you really wanted to, but you're not going to do full workouts. I would never suggest to do like a chest, back, or leg workout 3-4 times a week because it's such a big body part. And to really, really break down muscle tissue in those body parts, you really need to do a pretty strenuous workout. And to recover, to have an active recovery and really be fully recovered, even on supplements or not, you still need more time than 2 days. If you're essentially training your body parts full blown 100%. So what I like to do for my bigger body parts is maybe train them twice a week. So at the beginning of the week and then at the end of the week. And to give myself at least 2-3 days in time. And I don't ever look at scheduling like I said before, like I look at the month. I don't look at the week. So my week doesn't end at 7 days, at Sunday to Sunday. My week just keeps going. It's one big week, the month. So I just basically schedule it in so it's every 2-3 days I'm doing chest. So it's basically even all the way through the month. I'm not gonna be like, oh, it's Sunday, it's the end of my week. You don't have to have an end of the week. It's a big misconception when people try to they think very small. You gotta think big in the month. So at the end of the month, you look at it like, okay, I trained chest 20 times this month. That was a lot of volume this month. That's good. Last month I only trained it 10 times. So maybe this month I'm going to back off my chest and do it only 10 times this time. Or whatever body part you choose to do it more frequent. Just make sure you have always that balance at the end of the day. Because you don't want to be doing chest 20, 30 times every month consistently because you're going to be burnt out and you're not going to get growth that way either. So bring the volume up very high 1 month and then bring it back down. Or maybe go up medium for 2 months, 3 months, and then pull back down. Or have a high, have a low. There's really no way to say, hey, this is the proper 100% way of doing things to get optimal growth. You have to figure that out for yourself, and that's what makes it fun, because everyone's different. I have a different body than you watching this right now, and not everything I'm going to say to you right now is going to work, but you have to take maybe a little bit of it and apply it to see if it does. So try doing what I just said with maybe planning out your weeks not so tight within 7 days. Try to plan them out within the month. So at least within 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, you're getting your chest workouts in. The max amount of chest workouts, maybe 2 a week. So this month you train chest only 8 times. 20 is a big number. I was just using it for an example, but like your arm workouts, you could have more frequency with. 2-3 times a week, you could probably do your arms. Maybe 2 exercises per workout. That's 6 exercises a week, and then times 4. And the volume eventually adds up very quick when you look at things like that, especially if you're not looking at it like week by week, like, oh, I only did my biceps once this week. But next week you can do it 3 times. It's okay. Now, at the end of the month, you did it 10 times still. So it doesn't matter if it was only structured not in the first week, it's maybe in the second to the fourth week. So don't get so caught up if one week gets screwed up for you guys. You can always have second week, the third week, the fourth week, and then look at the month ends and be like, okay, well, you know what, this week was screwed up because of this, but I'm going to get it back this month. Or this week this month I couldn't get all my back workouts done because I just didn't have time, or I was injured. So this month I'm going to bring it up. So you always have time. Remember that. Time is the biggest thing with bodybuilding. There's no ending to this unless you want to. You have your whole career to build and build and build. So don't burn yourself out, fit quickly. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this show up for you. But if you guys like this video, make sure you like it. Make sure you follow Generation Iron here on YouTube. If you guys have any questions, make sure you guys email us at info@generationiron.com. And always make sure you're following me at Nick World Class on Instagram. And we'll see you guys next week. Thanks again for listening. I'm signing out.